Welcome back to Too Many Projects Garage. Today, we're gonna work on a trailer because we need to haul things. So here it is, $500 trailer. Now, it's seen a little bit better days. The fenders are looking a little rough, but apart from that, it's a good solid rig. We've got 3 wheels on it currently, one right here and 3 over there, or 2, I mean, over there. Unfortunately, this spindle is pretty well destroyed. It's not even circular anymore. So we bought some new spindles for that to put on. So that's what we're gonna do today, or at least for that one. I think the other spindles are acceptable, but we might, when we have time, pull those off, look at them, make sure they're greased and all that, and just do the maintenance to them like we should. We've got plenty of wheels. These wheels are sick. I love the way they look, but I only have 2 of them, unfortunately. We've got some wheels there, and then I think some more wheels over there. And then we're gonna see if this winch works as well. It'll be kind of entertaining. We have no idea if it works. It looks pretty meh, but it's a Sears 1500 electric winch. How long will it last outside in the elements? So yeah, it looks pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and start disassembling this spindle, seeing if we can figure out how it goes together or if we have to cut it or what we need to do to it. And then we'll mock up the new spindle. We'll show you guys that happening shortly. We're back from Harbor Freight. We got some stick welding supplies. We're gonna use the stick welder from last time, as you can see. And we're gonna cut off the old spindle, which actually looks like it was off of a vehicle, which is not surprising at all. So we're just gonna trim that off, and then we're gonna stick this thick boy in there and weld it on. It has been removed. Look at that. Nice. Look at this. It's like the perfect fit. We just got to figure out how far out we want it to make it in comparison to this other wheel. And then, yeah, then we can weld her in. Stick welding. You said you hadn't welded in a long time. This is how you cut your teeth, huh?
This is how I cut my teeth welding.
Also, these Harbor Freight gloves smell like ass. Okay, it's nasty. I don't know why they smell so bad. They're brand new, but yet they smell horrible. I don't understand. Did someone stick them in their butt crack when they were in the factory? I don't know. Probably should wash them first, but you know, I'm lazy. I'll wash my hands after. It's working, but you know, maybe not amazing. But what do you expect for like a $100 welder? So let's see how this first weld looks.
Okay.
Not horrible. Seen a lot worse. So heck yeah, we're gonna go ahead and weld this up, and we'll be back once it's done welding. All right, guys, we got her all welded up. I mean, as best we can with the tools that we have. I'm sure it's plenty strong, and we painted it gray, so that way, because that's what we had gray paint, so that's what we painted it. Better than not having paint.
Better than rust.
Exactly, better than rust. We're doing this on a budget, okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go out of I'm not spending $1 million trying to make this thing look perfect, you know. But honestly, that looks really good, and I'm pretty excited about it. So we're gonna go ahead and pack the bearings with grease, shove it back on, and then this side will be pretty much done. All right, we're tightening this puppy up, getting it to the proper pressure. And we've got the cotter pin.
Yep.
And we gotta put the cap on. All right, we got the hub attached, looking nice. Cap's on there. Ignore the sketchy jack setup. I let my friend borrow my jack and I don't have it. So we're using the crappy Citroen jack. It was a little sketch, but we have a jack stand to keep us safe. And we've got new tire, or well, new old tire. And we're gonna stick it on there and see if it fits. I'm sure it will. And we'll put lug nuts on, and then we'll put the other wheel on over here. Look,
So heavy.
it's a big heavy wheel. If you want me to do it, I can. I don't care. And ignore how bad these tires are. You can't really tell, but they're pretty bad. We're gonna get new wheels, or tires, I mean. Look at that, beautiful.
It is on there.
We're gonna chooch these down and then put the other wheels on, and we'll have 4 wheels for the first time since I bought the trailer, which was like, I don't even know how long ago. I've had this trailer in my backyard forever. I just haven't got around to messing with it, but we finally got some supplies to get it going, and it's gonna be exciting. All right, we're gonna test out this little winch and see if it works. Oh, we got a poor connection.
Yeah, I can't hold it on there.
We tried
some vice grip.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it showed signs of life. All right, moment of truth. Official truth. Uh-oh. It was working just a second ago. We broke it immediately.
It was totally working.
It was totally working, and now it's not working. Oh. We were not getting a good connection on that. It's working! It's got like a crappy connection there. Well, we're gonna mess with this a little bit more and we'll be back. All right, we got it working again. Unfortunately, it seems like whatever little resistor pack thing that was on there was not working right or something. I don't know what that's for. You tell me in the comments below. What do you think that is? I don't know. But we've got it hooked right here so that way it stays taut. And here, I'll show you that thing I was talking about. This little resistor doohickey thingy. I don't know what it is. You tell me what you think it is, but it's cool, man. It's a Sears winch. Who knows how old that thing is? Probably pretty dang old, but it'll come in handy, I'm sure.
3 days later.
We're back on the trailer yet again. We're gonna finish up a few things, tidy up a bunch of stuff, put some lights on it, because that's important. You don't want to get pulled over with no lights. So we're gonna do that as well. And then we're gonna hope that the tires don't blow out, because we're gonna go pick up a car real quick, across town. We're gonna drive real slow, careful, and we'll see what happens. We got a spare tire here, which isn't really that much better, but it's still better than, you know, nothing. Let's clean this thing up and put some lights on it. All right, well, Nat is sweeping off the trailer because it's quite dirty and covered with acorns. Here's the wiring that goes to the back of the car. And then we've got tag light, which we're not going to use because we don't need tags in Oklahoma. One of the reverse lights, another reverse light. And then we've got these little marker lights. We'll have to figure out where we want to put those. It looks like they put one here originally, but there's not one over there. And they use self-tappers to hold it on, which is kind of funny. And then, of course, all kinds of spicy bits. So, pretty nice. It'll be very easy, I think, to get it all together. All right, y'all, we got it cleaned off. Looks nice. I mean, as nice as it can be for a $500 trailer. And what we're gonna do now is remove the old light that's over there. Matt was just looking at it. We've already got spots, you know, to hook up the lights at least for the two reverse lights and stuff, so that's convenient. And then we just got to figure out where we're gonna put the marker lights, which I'm thinking maybe like right here where the other one's at. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see what's gonna look good and what's gonna wire up good. But yeah, I mean, she's rough, but honestly, it's gonna be good. So as you can see, this is supposed to have a hole in the middle, this little gasket, and there's no hole in the middle on this. So it looks like they just used the plasma cutter to make some holes. So what I'm gonna do is just drill a hole right in the middle, you know, a decent size, and we'll see. We'll just shove the wires through there. I think it'll look nicer and less ghetto. I think my battery's dying. I think I need to get a different battery. There's no indicators on this battery, so I couldn't tell if it's charged or not. New battery. I think that's all right.
Yeah, should be good.
It's got a little chamfer in it because this only is so deep, and this is a pretty thick piece of metal. I might see if I can get around. Well, the wheel's there. I was gonna say I might see if I can get around and get the other side, but yeah, that's fine. That'll be good enough. And just so you guys know, I'm not making Natasha do all the work. I just record most of the time, okay? But anyways, I'm gonna take this file and I'm gonna break the edges. Oh, maybe I can do it from the back side here. Make it a little less sharp. That way we don't cut wires and stuff. Just try to get the burrs off. I don't have a small enough file that I can get it in there. But it is a lot less sharp now, which is good. All right, and if any of you guys are wondering what it looked like underneath, here's a view. Looks like it's just a tube frame, and then they got two axles in there. It looks like they had to extend one axle to make it wider, as you can see. That first one closest to us. But it honestly looks pretty darn good. It's very solid looking, and I really see nothing bad about it. I think there's maybe some crusty, you know, welds and stuff, but it's not too bad. Also, I see a shock just hanging out over there. That's interesting. That's interesting. There's just a shock chilling there. And there's one on the other side too, if you could see. I don't know how that's supposed to work. I don't think it does. So now that I look at it, I think this actually had some suspension on it, and then it broke or something, and then they just took it apart and just left the shocks there, which is kind of interesting. So eventually, that may be in the cards. We might end up upgrading the suspension at some point. Also, ignore the tire. So I think I know why we don't have the old wiring. As you can see, this is like good wire, and this is quite burnt. So we think it shorted out pretty badly under there. Here's another chunk of the burnt wire. No wonder there's no wiring. I bought this crimper for only $5 from the bin store. It's pretty awesome, and I've been wanting one anyways. I'm gonna crimp it a couple times here, make sure it's really nice and crimped. And look at that. And then we're just gonna self-tapper these in. We were gonna put them on the bolt back here, but we didn't have any eyelets that were big enough, so we're just gonna do this and call it good. So I've got a self-tapper here, and I'm honestly gonna just send it through first, and then I'm gonna put the eyelet on after. Okay, reverse course. Take it off. It's probably gonna be hot, but I have gloves on, so it's nice. And get it out, because I just don't want to destroy the the wire, you know, trying to drill. Okay, she's on there, nice and grounded. Now we got to do the other side, and then we got to do the front to get all the grounds done. Listen to the crows sing. Hawk, hawk, hawk. At least I think they're crows. Could be wrong. Extra crimp. All right, now we got to zip tie it out of the way so it looks a little nicer, but press the brakes. All right. Uh-oh, the right side brake's not working now. I think that connector is pretty bad. The connector on the actual plug that comes from the truck is, oh, it's kind of sort of working. The left side's working amazing, but the right side is like struggling. Wiggling the plug is doing nothing. Are we getting a poor ground on this light? Oh, is that the same brightness? No, it's not. It's still too dim. All right, we're gonna troubleshoot these lights, see if we can figure out why that one's not working as good. All right, we're gonna troubleshoot that poor grounding issue later. I think it's actually the plug. It's not very good. We still need to replace it, but we've got this hooked up. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. We use the jump pack actually to actuate the, what do you want to call it? That, there. The winch, that's the term. So, pretty cool stuff. I'm liking it so far, man. This is gonna be a great trailer, especially when we get better tires. And if you guys were paying attention to the last episode, we found a handle on the side of the road, or Nat did, and we welded it on here because it was just using this prior. And we've got a little Crescent vice grip, so that's pretty awesome. And we're gonna try to lift it up. We don't have any ramps right now. I have some ramps, but they're not here, so we're gonna try to lift it up as high as we can get it, and maybe even jack it up. We'll see. And then that way we can get the car up on there. All right, we got the trailer all hooked up and ready to go. We're gonna go pick up a car and bring it back. So this is the car we're gonna fix up and replace the head gasket on so she could sell it. This is her old car. We have another car for her that she likes more. This one is lifted, which is kind of cool, so it's pretty tall. Can she make it up is the question. Maybe. We might have to put some cinder blocks down. Nice. There we go. Yep. Woo. All right. That was cool. We just gotta pull it the rest. Oh, can just. Oh, there we go. We were able to start it again. Good. All right. Oh, nice. Oh, you were so close. All right, back. Yeah, there you go. Now go for it. Yeah, nice. It made it. I think you should be able to pull it all the way forward. Oh, no, you can't. Never mind. The winch is in the way, I realized. All right, hey, and you could even open the door. How convenient. It being lifted helps. All right, well, we got her on the trailer for the first time. Unfortunately, we didn't bring any chain, so maybe a little sketch, but it'll be fine. Getting pulled right now, look at that, in the back. Tires are holding together. Good stuff. All right, we got the Civic off. It's right here. We parked it so we can work on it later. And we're gonna pull it through the yard here and put it back in the backyard. Look at it go. Success. We got it parked in the backyard in a good spot that's out of the way, and it'll be available for anytime we need to haul something. I think it's a pretty good successful project. In the future, we may upgrade it to have suspension and other things, you know, little bits and improvements that will go along. We'll put those in a video in the future, maybe along with one of our other projects. But I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time on Too Many Projects Garage.